Sean Davis from The Federalist. I want to play for you a couple clips here that expose, I think, in even more extravagant ways than we've already seen, just how insane the left has become and how Donald Trump has broke all of their brains. They're now trying to put a wedge between family members if that family member voted for Donald Trump. No more holidays, no more Thanksgiving turkey together where we put things aside and we love one another. We thank God for our blessings. No, it's all vindictive. It's all vendetta. It's all hurt feelings. Play cut 410.
There is a push, I think just a societal norm that if somebody is your family, that they are entitled to your time. And I think the answer is absolutely not. So if you are going to a situation where you have family members, where you have close friends who you know have voted in ways that are against you, like what you said, against your livelihood, and it's completely fine to not be around those people and to tell them why, to say, I have a problem with the way that you voted because it went against my very livelihood and I'm not going to be around you this holiday. I need to take some space for me.
Oh, but there's more, Sean. And then I'm going to get your reaction, I promise. 411.
I completely understand her point because I really do feel that this candidate, President-elect Trump, is just a different type of candidate. From the things he's said and the things he's done and the things he will do, it's more of a moral issue for me. And I think it's more of a moral issue for other people. We're just, I would say it was different when, let's say, Bush got elected. You may not have agreed with his policies, but you didn't feel like he was a deeply flawed person, deeply flawed by character, deeply flawed in morality.
A lot of Dems called him deeply flawed and humanized him.
But you got to admit, they're very different figures.
Sean Davis, what do you make of that? By the way, Whoopi Goldberg just said she's, threatening a sex strike, which I'm sure America is just very upset about right now. So we got lots to react to. Sean, what's your take of this?
Well, I guess this would be a good time for me to announce that I'm going to go on strike from playing professional football and just announce I'm not going out for the draft next year. I feel like that's a little more credible than what she's doing. These people are nuts. Like, I was alive during George W. Bush's presidency and was conscious at the time. They called him Hitler. They called him the chimposter president. They had marches and protests where they had him in the likeness of Hitler with the Hitler mustache. So I love how the left always does this, that whoever is currently in power who's a Republican is Hitler, and they always compare him to the last guy who they previously called Hitler but wanted to forget. And so then they ask, oh, well, why can't he be decent like that last guy? They're going to do it to Trump, by the way. So when J.D. Vance runs again, they're going to say, you know what, we called Trump Hitler, but he was actually better than this J.D. Vance fellow. I'm very concerned. It's all nonsense. And as far as like shunning your family goes, you can go online and you can look up signs from people who study this on whether you're in a cult. And they look at things that cults demand of their followers. And they demand that you renounce your former beliefs, that you cut off contact with your friends and family, that you renounce your family, and that you pledge your devotion to the new cult. They want to own you. So what the left is a religious cult. They have their own dogma. They have their own liturgies. They have their own means of sanctification, justification. These people are in a cult. And for their own good, I hope they snap out of it because it's actually really, really sad and destructive to see them do this to themselves and their own families.
It's so smart, Sean Davis. It's just further evidence that they are in a cult, that this is their religion, their secular cult religion. And, the 4B movement, all these women threatening, to not have sex and not have children. And I was like, it's like, we just keep winning. I'm not tired of winning yet. We're just going to outbreed these people. And in 20 years, find out just how right-wing the country can really get. Sean Davis, tell us where people can find you, how to support the Federalist. 30 seconds.
Well, they can come to thefederalist.com. They can sign up as subscribers. They can make donations to our tax-exempt foundation. You can also find me on X. It's Sean, SeanMDAV, Sean M. Dav, where I troll and terrify and terrorize the liberals every day.
Yeah, you do a phenomenal job. I hope somebody is back channeling right now with Governor DeSantis to get this Rubio idea, the leverage play with Gates. I think that's critically important.